Kenneth in Indiana.
Okay.
Kenneth, you're live with Eric and V. Hello?
Okay. I made it.
Hey.
First thing, happy birthday to V.
Thank you so much.
Hello? Yeah, happy birthday there. Oh, good God, a first-time caller. I'm kind of nervous here.
Oh, it actually says in the notes that you've called in before.
No, I haven't called in before. Maybe we had a miscommunication or something. I don't know.
All right. Well, welcome to the show.
Yeah,
First
what's
time.
up?
Okay. Anyway, we're kind of say it used to be Jehovah's Witnesses, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And the question that we got fed up or tired of all the prophecies that failed, and I don't know, the things with their pedophile policies and all, and we left, and so we've been following the atheist, your programs, and some of the other ones, and I don't know, been listening to some Hitchens, Christopher and all that, some other stuff, and
Yeah.
but one thing that bothered me, one thing that was kind of disturbing is, not having no afterlife. That's kind of a disturbing thing,
It sucks. I mean, especially when you're promised, basically unlimited cupcakes and tummy rubs, forever. It does kind of bite. Now there are things about it that, if you thought about it real hard, you could probably take solace in being like, well, I'm glad that I'm not stuck existing forever, because that's terrible. But no, I get it. I can totally relate to you when it comes to that disappointment of realizing that you're not going to get the heaven piece.
Yeah, and but we come to realize that the God of the old Bible is cruel, and so that was one hang up on it though. That afterlife. What's that?
Yeah. So, is there anything specifically about it that we can help with?
Yeah. Any questions?
Oh no, that was a lot of it. Just not seeing your family and friends again. You're thinking you're going to be in a paradise, or you're promised to like a paradise or an afterlife, and then it's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm. And that's one of it's one of the harms of religion, that it doesn't prepare you for how to actively deal with the concept of death. Right? Imagine a world where people just understood that after you die, that's it. And then we would be able to develop like some really good coping mechanisms and great techniques for dealing with this and a very healthy mindset about it. But when we come from you're distracting me.
Sorry.
When we come from a place of being promised something that doesn't exist, we're not equipped to deal with reality, and it can hurt. And I think a lot of it is used to keep us there, right? If you leave the religion, then you don't get, cupcakes and tummy rubs. You want to stay in the religion, right? It's scary to think about not existing. It is. It's a inherently human thing to be scared of and to be uncomfortable thinking about. But just because it's uncomfortable and scary doesn't mean that it's not true. And I think that's one of the biggest pieces that a lot of people get confused about when they hear that I'm an atheist is, oh, well, you just don't like God. You wouldn't like it if it were true, so you don't want to believe it. I don't like the fact that there's no afterlife. I don't think that that's a good, that makes me feel uncomfortable, but I've been convinced of it. And so I have to believe that.
So, yeah. Now, we could go down the road of all of the horrifying implications of eternal existence, but I think that would probably be best for another day. I think.
And on a lighter note.
Yeah.
You got like the hellfire look behind you right now. It's intense.
Yeah.
But
anyway.
Yeah. Is there anything we can offer in the meantime? Have you called the Recovering from Religion Hotline Project? Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I know what that is. Yeah. Yes. I know I haven't called it though, but I'm familiar with it.
Oh, good. Well, they are there 24/7. Like if you have a question or a concern, or you're struggling with dealing with this concept of no afterlife, or just want to talk to somebody about it, that is a great place to call in and talk to somebody. It's like praying, but somebody picks up on the other end.
And I did have I'm sorry.
That's
I did
okay.
have a question for V.
Yeah.
I have a question for V. You read, I heard on one of the programs, you do tarot card readings, correct?
I do, yes.
Okay. But atheist, you don't believe in any spirits or anything, correct? Or no God? I understand that. No spirits or anything?
Right. Yeah. I don't think there's a supernatural component to it.
But, I mean, and I'm not familiar. I only know what I've heard about tarot cards, okay? The stories I don't mean to be, but I always understood that you're contacting a spirit medium or something if you're reading tarot cards. Maybe I'm wrong on that, or you can straighten me out on that.
Yeah, that's a great question. Again, favorite topic. Love this. That is how it's depicted a lot of the time in media. And because tarot, it is also depicted as contacting demons and stuff like that. When I was a Christian, that's how we talked about it, because it was something that was kind of scary and unknown, and equated with witchcraft and Satanism and all of those, like those scary people. But actually what it is, and a lot of people who read tarot will tell you this as well, there's no spiritual component at all. What it is a bunch of pictures that they have given like meanings. So there's a card, for instance, that means going through a period of transition, and like you're about to have a change in your life, and you're looking at things like brand new. So if you're wondering, oh, I'm feeling really stuck and kind of down and depressed about my life, I'm going to pull a card. So you look at the card, you know the meaning in your head, and you can just kind of think about it. You're like, okay, well, maybe I'm in a period of transition. Maybe that's how I should think about it. Maybe I can start thinking about what I'm going to do next month and get excited for that. So it's a way of associating your thoughts and your emotions with pictures. It's kind of like Rorschach tests a little bit, like the ink blot test.
But way more useful. Honestly, when you've done them for me, the interesting thing was, if I were to contextualize it generally, it would make absolutely zero sense. But it kind of reminds me of when you flip a coin while it's in midair, you realize which one you'd rather it land on.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you start seeing them, it's like, oh, this is making me think about my interpersonal relationships, which has really been bothering me, and I haven't really been recognizing that it's been upsetting. And so all I'm seeing is interpersonal relationships, and that is a good indicator to go, hey, you know what? Maybe I should pay more actual attention to interpersonal relationships, because obviously it's bothering me. There are other times you've done it,
and it's been absolutely
totally
wrong.
about work.
It's like, nope.
or it's like, okay, maybe this isn't, but work related. Okay,
right,
so
yeah. It's all about where your head is at when you're reading, and it's not a this will happen to you in the future. Woo, you're going to die in 3 days. That's not how it works. It's a process of being able to recontextualize your thought process based on agreed upon definitions in different pictures. So that's about it.
Yeah.
And it's also just fun. They're pretty. You can get really pretty cards too.
Yeah, I mean, people in the chat are saying that there's one problem, and the only problem is that you have some dishonest actors who use them.
Oh yes, and you have to call that out as well. You'll see on my live stream that I do every Thursday, Stay Love V, I did an episode where I read the tarot cards for the people in the live chat, and as I was reading them, I was giving them examples of, oh, this could be a Barnum statement. You might feel like this applies to you, but it just is a really nice thing you'd like to have apply to you, and so your brain contextualizes it like that. So
well, and also that takes on a proud, storied tradition going back. I mean, heck, right here at the ACA, Matt Dillon had to use his magic to explain how people can be taken advantage of using a lot of these broad concepts. That goes back to James Randi, that goes back to Penn and Teller, that goes back to Houdini. I mean, people who understand these and are using this as a vehicle to
talk about skepticism and gullibility and critical thinking and all of those things. So, yeah.
Anyway, Kenneth, thank you for calling in. Hopefully that helps.
Yeah, that did. That cleared up a lot. And I did want to say, I do agree on the God part, that if there was a God, he don't intervene or help anybody. He allows suffering and all. And that's troublesome, that if there was a loving God, that he don't step in and cure all this ills and stuff going on in the
That
world.
would be a disturbing thing.
Yeah. So there's a quote from Great and Square who said, if God is going to love me, I hope he wears a condom. Yeah. But anyway, Kenneth, take it easy, buddy.
Yeah, but